Hi, welcome to Sky and Earth Watch, report number 1, our very first report, because that's been on people's minds, a topic of discussion. Is it really that much different than usual? Let's talk about it, and I did a little research. So the weather's been a hot topic lately, especially being in Minnesota. Usually we have, frigid temperatures below zero, tons of snow. We've been having 60-degree days, a couple 60-degree days, and then cold weather. Today, or yesterday, it was warm. Then it was very dark, though, in the morning, and it was strange because I was driving around shortly after sunset, and it was very dark. They actually, I don't know how they knew this or to do this, but not even 20 minutes after sunrise, they had 2 mobile LED signs on the highway on the side that somebody put up that said, if it's cloudy and dark, make sure you turn on your lights. Like, how did they know that it was going to be dark? I had never seen those signs before that, and I haven't seen them since. So it was very dark, but it was warm, and it was very windy. Well, later that night, there was a tornado in Zimmerman, Princeton area. Plenty of people got it on video, so I don't think it was fake. And then after that night, it snowed. So that is really strange weather. It's like having 2 or 3 seasons in one day. Not something I've been used to growing up here in Minnesota. And then everyone's quick to say, oh, global warming. So are things changing? Is it getting warmer? Are there more storms? Was it crazy to have a tornado in Minnesota in March? Well, I did some research, and what I found was that the earliest tornado in March, usually in the history, like since they started keeping track in 1950, was second week of March. So this one beat it by 2 weeks, which isn't that big of a deal. Now, can we trust everything that these guys say? No, we can't, because tornadoes on this map for the last 48 hours, and they don't even have the Henderson-Princeton tornado on this map. So, people keep statistics. It looks like most of the weather stuff we have is from 1950 and later, from what I found. But basically, what they're saying is, what I found is that the average temp in Minnesota for February was 10 to 30 degrees. Our actual average was 28 degrees, not that much difference. Pretty low snowfall, less than an inch. But they're saying that it's the 8th warmest, winter, so 8 in the last 8 years. Now, Weather Channel came out and said that there's almost 60 tornadoes confirmed in a 48-hour period from February 28th to March 1st. And 1,000 severe weather outbreaks. Now, that's a lot of language that's alarmist, and it makes you go, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. But also what they said in the fine print is that that's only the number 6. It's not number 1 for their statistics. Now, who can you trust? A lot of times the answer you get depends on who you ask. So, I'm real careful about believing anything, especially when there's so many different agendas out there and people, are getting money to do things. So, I don't know, obviously things are different. There was that storm a couple weeks ago that laid down 22 tornadoes. I saw the weather map of that, the affected area. It was from Canada to Florida, and most of the right side of the United States. Biggest cell I've ever remember seeing on a weather map. And here's some hail that fell in that storm. pretty biblical. You know, I think it's some of the biggest hail I've ever seen. So, weather changes, yeah, you know, seems like it's getting warmer. They're not saying that it is, though. When you do the research, it's not the warmest winter in U.S. history or whatever. So, you know, you hear this, you hear that, you hear conflicting things from different people. What can we really go by? All we can really go by is what we see and feel, hear, and you know, what we're experiencing. And is there anyone there to, you know, back it up, to confer with you what you're experiencing? Because we can't always trust our experiences either. You know, that's why I think in the Bible, in the Gospels, it has, you know, it has Jesus saying, "Let all things be established by 2 or 3 witnesses." So, you know, if you get 2 or 3 people saying, "Hey, this is the warmest winter I've ever seen. I never remember, you know, growing up, I never remember it, you know, having a tornado in March." Well, I don't know. That's the way I felt today, and I was right, because there have been tornadoes in March, but not this early in March. So it's interesting. So let's switch gear and talk about geological kind of stuff. One area where I have been reading from quite a few different sources that has changed are the number of earthquakes and the intensity of earthquakes, as well as the number of volcanoes and the intensity of volcanoes. Here we're looking at earthquake activity in the United States. I think this is in the last week. Squares are the last week, the yellow squares are the last, like, 3 days. I don't know, something like that. Quite a bit, you know, you can see the patterns, kind of. It's interesting to look at those. We'll look at some maps sometime that show, you know, basically where the fault lines are. Next, we'll look at volcanoes. These are currently erupting earthquakes from 7th, just today. You know, since I found this map, this kind of changed. I mean, that's quite a bit, you know, look around the world. And volcanoes are erupting in the same places that earthquakes are happening on those fault lines. Interesting stuff. But apparently there's about 40 active volcanoes at any given time now. I'm not sure how that compares to the past. Here's some statistics. Past 24 hours, 66 earthquakes. In the last year, 37,669 earthquakes. This shows the biggest, the magnitudes. Just for reference, the highest magnitude earthquake that they have in their statistics in history was a 9 something, maybe 9.5. One of the quakes got cut off from that graphic, and it was a 7 point something. So I think it was in Fiji or somewhere. There was a 7 point this last year, which is pretty high. So, all right, let's go back to looking at some telescope images. This is kind of interesting. You know, sometimes when the sun is rising or setting, you can see kind of some of these things get illuminated. They're kind of in the background. Could be comet dust or something like that. But one of the things that I've heard about the Nemesis system with the, you know, the planets Nibiru, Wormwood, the Destroyer, and so on. Basically, any chance of seeing them, you're only going to see their debris trails, their debris clouds, and it's going to be at sunrise or sunset in the southern hemisphere. This was an interesting one from California. Looks like a triangular or like a 3-cluster object by itself in the sky. Here's another one with kind of a streak in the middle, and then down at the right there's that large white star with its little friend next to it. Usually there's a blue star there. This one, on the right side here, I thought this was interesting. That red streak up at the top, that's not a part of the image. But you can see these faint lines on the right side. Almost looks like a shadow of a planet back there.